Okay, but can we just talk about this for a second? Frickin' El Nino is giving me Dan Howell level Hobbit hair. Hey guys! So this is my first video of 2016. It's 2016 now. I thought that I'd do something really cool that was actually requested by one of my favorite human beings. She is a subscriber, she's a friend, she's like a little sister to me. Her name is Lizzie. She asked me to do the first time tag. I thought it was fitting, as this is my first video of 2016, to do firsts for the first. So it's just a lot of firsts. We're gonna do a lot of firsts today. I have not actually ever read the first time tag, like the questions, so I don't know what exactly it's gonna be asking me. It'll be an adventure for all of us. Let's get started. So the first question is, what was your first tweet? Because I tweet way too much, I don't know. There's a hashtag first tweet for everything, find everyone's first tweet. So I typed in my username at Aalbers Sarah, and my first tweet, hashtag Kevin Bull, hashtag what a boss, hashtag best ninja warrior moment, hashtag ever. Moving on. First YouTube video. I don't know if this is asking what my first YouTube video was, like that I made, or the first one that I watched. The first video I posted was, it's a privated video now. It was a Roll of Thunder Hear My Cry for my sister. I had to film them doing, her and my dad doing scenes from Roll of Thunder Hear My Cry, if you've ever read that book. As far as like actual being a channel, the first one I posted was welcome to my channel, which was when I was doing like hair stuff. As for the first YouTube video I ever watched, that was 3 days after my 15th birthday. It was a long time ago. And it was Procrastination by Dan Howell. Dan is Not on Fire. It was my first YouTube video. Found it. That was his third video he ever posted, so I was one of the original Dan is Not on Fire subscribers. That's that. First person you subscribed to on YouTube. We just talked about this was Dan Howell. And the second person I subscribed to was Phil Lester. So, there's a reason they're hanging on my wall off screen. First Facebook profile picture. I think it was when I was camping. When I was little, when I was growing up, we went camping at least once a year, usually more. So when I was finally allowed to get a Facebook, I think that was what my picture was a picture of us when we were camping. Okay, I was right. So my first Facebook profile picture, hopefully, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. We're gonna try. So it was this. That's a good time. Thanks, Facebook, for that memory. What is the next question? Do you still talk to your first love? Oh. I have never been in love. So no, I've never really experienced love, except for familial and like platonic love. So, no. I don't talk to my first love because I don't know who they are yet. What was your first alcoholic drink? Well, because I didn't drink until I was 21. Don't drink until you're 21, kids. It's illegal. Unless you live in another country, in which case, don't drink until the legal drinking age in your country. The first drink that I had on my 21st birthday was actually from my parents. My mom brought out my cake, and on top was one of those like little plastic cups, and my parents had made me a mudslide shot, and so I took a shot before we got to eat cake, and that was my first alcoholic beverage, was a mudslide. It was pretty delicious, very strong, but delicious. What was your first job? My first job, like real job, was Starbucks. I still work for Starbucks. This will be my 3rd year that I am almost halfway through, so 2.5 years, just about. First car, I don't know. I still can't drive. Who was the first person to text you today? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's find out. My friend Sarah was the first person to text me today. We ended up spending the whole day together too, so... Oh, maybe not. Oh, I'm a liar! It was my friend Cedric. My friend Cedric was the first person to text me today and just told me to have a good day. He's such a sweetheart. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? I know that I woke up from a dream, but I don't remember what the dream was. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Who is your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher, her name was Mrs. Klein. She was a fantastic woman. I loved her. One of my favorite teachers that I ever had. That was, yep. Where did you go on your where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? My first time on an airplane, I was super, super little, and I believe I went to California from Idaho. As for first solo ride on an airplane, I went to Idaho. Actually, no. Technically, I went to Seattle because I flew from Ontario into Seattle and then flew to Idaho. So I went to Seattle, but I didn't stay there. I turned around and got on another plane. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? My first best friend, her name was Jackie. We were best friends for a very long time. We became friends when we were like 1.5 years, 2 years old. Something like that. And we were friends until she went psycho in junior high. She just burned that bridge further than it can ever be reconstructed, so no, we don't still talk. Where was your first sleepover? Probably Jackie's house. What was the first thing you did this morning? I checked all of my notifications on my phone. So Twitter and Snapchat and Facebook and everything that blows up my phone overnight while I'm sleeping. Especially because that's when it's the most of the day for the people in the UK, and therefore I'm like, Zoe, Mark, Zoe, Tanya, Jim, Alfie, Dan, Phil, everybody in the UK. It's like, oh, okay, oh, all of you, all right, because they're 8 hours ahead. So when they're waking up, I'm going to sleep, and then I sleep for like 8 hours. So that's 8 hours of their day that they're tweeting, and I'm sleeping. So that's what I do every morning. What was the first concert you ever went to? That is a very good question. God, I don't even remember half this stuff. I've blocked out most of my life. Probably, I think Clint Black was my first concert. He was playing at the fair, and I went and saw him at the fair. Is that your final answer? I would not buzz that in. I would not say that on a quiz of my life. I mean, I probably would because I can't think of anything before that, but I don't know. Probably Clint Black. First broken bone. My first broken bone was when I was 2 years old. It was my leg. I was at a babysitter's house. Her brother decided to play Spiderman, and there was an archway leading into their hallway, and I wanted to go down the hall to play with the toys that were in the back room, and he had climbed up the archway because he was playing Spider-Man, and I just remember, you're not allowed in my hall, or something like that he said. He was like 8, and he slipped. Naturally, because it was a human child climbing an archway of wall, and he fell on a 2-year-old child and broke my leg. My first piercings were just my ears, just normal. Besides that, like, my first, like, abnormal, like, not ear piercing, like, lobes, was my cartilage. But, I mean, I have 2 piercings on each side, and then my cartilage. Those are all the piercings I have. First foreign country you've gone to? God, I wish I knew. First movie you remember seeing? God. Probably probably one of the Winnie the Pooh movies. Because I mean, I remember watching the Winnie the Pooh movies. I can't remember anything earlier than that was like memorable. So I'd say one of the Winnie the Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, or Winnie the Pooh Valentine's Day, Winnie the Pooh Halloween, Winnie the Pooh any holiday that they've made a Winnie the Pooh movie about, which is most of them. Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. When was your first detention? Never. I was a good kid. I almost got sent to detention once. It was not detention. It was Thursday school. We didn't do detention. Thursday school. And we had uniforms, and I came in from lunch with my shirt untucked, was on my way into the bathroom. I was literally outside of the bathroom, was walking into the bathroom, got called at by one of the traveling teachers who said, "Your shirt's untucked, that's a violation." She wrote me up. I was mortified. I didn't know how to tell my parents that I'd been written up and that I was going to get to Thursday school, which meant that I was not going to have to stay at school. I was going to be in so much trouble, and I didn't know how to tell them, and so I didn't. And then Thursday came, and they came to, pass out the slips of everyone who had to go to Thursday school, and I didn't get one. And I was just mortified. I was like, so it's going to be next week? I've built up all of this pain for it, and it's not even going to happen? And turns out, I found out later, that the vice principal, who I'd known for a very, very, very long time, he was a family friend growing up, that he had looked at it, seen my name, said, "Nah, she's a good kid," and ripped it up and threw it in the garbage. Who was your first roommate? My first roommate, the first person I lived with outside of my family was my aunt. I know I just said outside of my family, but I mean outside of my parents' house, was my Aunt Liz. And beyond that, I don't know, I've had so many roommates over the past not even full year. It's insane. If you had one wish, oh god, now these aren't even like what was your first, these are just ones. If you had one wish, what would it be? God, if I could have one wish, to have a steady source of income doing something I love. I don't know if that counts as a two-parter, but like, to be doing something I love with a steady income, because I guess you could say, oh, I just want to do something that I love, or I just want a steady source of income, but like, I feel like it's not a two-parter if you're combining those, because it's like, I want a steady source of income from doing the thing that I love, which right now, I have a good job, but it's not where I want to be, forever. So that would probably be my one wish. What was the first sport you were involved in? I don't do sports. I'm not a physical person. I'm not like that. The only sport I've ever really done was I was a dancer for 15 years, and I started that when I was like 3 years old. I did jazz, hip-hop, contemporary, kickline, military. What else I don't know. I did a lot of different forms of dance, and I did that for 15 years. What is the first thing you do when you get home? I change my clothes. I put on comfy clothes. I curl up with a blanket. I sit on my bed. And I either get on my laptop or I sit on my phone. Usually I turn on music. I just get cozy. And then the last question, when was your first kiss? My first kiss, I was 15. I was at summer camp. It was a church camp. And there was a guy that I was dating. And we were hanging out. And he kissed me, and later I texted him. I was like, yeah, that was my first kiss. And he's like, well, I'm sorry that you had to sacrifice it to someone like me. You deserved to have your first kiss taken by someone worthy. Which should just kind of tell you what kind of guy he was. So that was my first kiss. And those are all the questions on the first time tag. I really hope that you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better and getting to know the fact that I obviously don't know myself very well. and have blocked a lot of my childhood from my memory. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to press subscribe way down below on the bottom of the screen, or minimize the video so you can do so. Press the subscribe button. It is 2016. I have a new upload schedule, so that way I am not leaving you guys high and dry. You will get a normal vloggy type video like this where I'll do tags, I'll do fun stuff, I'll tell stories, you know, all that good stuff. I'll do that, and I'll post a video every Tuesday, and then you will be getting some sort of makeup video, whether that is a tutorial, whether that is a special effects tutorial, whether that is a talk about products, a favorites, something like that. You will get some sort of makeup related video every Friday. So every Tuesday and every Friday you're going to get a new video. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is going to be a big year, guys. Thank you to all of you who have been here up till this point and are sticking with me into the new year. And to all of you people coming in new, maybe this is your first video, welcome. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a party. And yeah, tell me about some of your first times down below, and I will see you on Friday. Okay, thanks, bye!